It's been at least 16 years since Sonic Riders came out, and honestly, it's one of the best spin-off games within the series that Sega's ever produced. I'm shocked that we never got like a anime series based off of it or a film adaptation of the original Sonic Riders game, but I honestly feel like it's better than like the more recent Sonic racing games that Sega has released, which a lot of people, aren't too crazy about, despite the fact that I guess it was like the Sonic Sega racing game from 2012. I think it actually broke over 1 million in terms of sales, but in terms of like looks and presentations and storylines and dialogue and everything, Sonic Riders was probably one of the best Sonic games of the 2000s, aside from Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes. And honestly, there was like a lot of creativity that went into it, because if you look at the game itself, the stages and all that, it felt like a cross between like F-Zero and Tony Hawk or Rocket Power or what have you. And you did all kinds of tricks, and you basically competed in a Grand Prix against like 8 different opponents on hoverboards. So the whole futuristic vibe, the I guess like the techno dance music through each stage, it was something that was new, and I feel like this game doesn't get as much credit as it deserves. Now, you look at Sonic Zero Gravity, which is the sequel that came out in 2008. That game didn't really get great reviews. Some people look back and tell you that the story was the best thing about it. It was just the whole floating in the air thing at certain parts of the race that a lot of people really weren't fans of, and I guess people had issues with the control scheme in relation to in relation to the Zero Gravity game from 2008. But it seemed like after that, the spin-off series pretty much, it kind of died after that, because we never got a sequel for that, at least not to my knowledge. And I honestly think that, Sonic Riders was one of those games that definitely deserved to be remastered for like the PlayStation 4 or like the Wii U or Nintendo Switch or what have you, but it's something that never happened. And I will say that Sonic Riders is definitely one of the better Sonic games that Sega had produced in the 2000s outside of Sonic Adventure 2. And honestly, I don't think Sega really had any big plans for it, because it didn't do too well in terms of sales. But granted, the original Sonic Riders game, I think, it reached at least like 900,000 in terms of sales. I don't think it quite hit 1 million, but it was still like really good. Like the intro alone could get you pumped and into the game itself, and just about everything about the game, from the atmosphere to the fast-paced gameplay, just all that stuff was actually it was incredible for its time. And I do feel like it's one of those games that a lot of people take for granted. But as far as whether or not this game deserves like a film adaptation or an anime adaptation, absolutely. Will Sega do it? I doubt it, because it's been almost 2 decades since the game has come out, and we haven't really heard anything big about it since its release. But it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if they remade the game sometime in the future for current gen game systems like the PS5 or the Switch console, or even the Xbox Series X, or even Steam for that matter. But unless Sega says otherwise, it doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen.